Casey Jones at the Desert Eagle. I'm the Grandmaster Flash of white people. Johnny Cash with the Black Beatles. I'm the highest you can get without a needle. It can make you rich, it can make you poor. It's getting late, I could use a little more. Only started 2 or 3, work for it. High and danger's all part of the allure. That's how this devil dances, romance is fleeting. Music kicks in and her heart starts beating. Watch her step, anything can happen next. She put her hand on my leg, I put my hand up her dress. I'm so lit, I don't even take a shit in a bathroom, I just sniff shit in it. I'm big nipping, I'm Bill Clinton, I love women. I'm still sipping, I'm still flipping, I love living. It's 4 a.m. and I'm still going dumb with it. I'm a corner store cowboy and I'm selling chicken.
Cocaine, contradicting with you. I think a bit of cocaine, contradicting will do.
Hands on your knees now, hands on the floor. Everybody just tuck and roll. Harvey over at the cocaine store. Chicken noodle to this show. Round your partner now, dusty floor. Tell your oxygen's down real slow. When it hurts, you know it rains it pour. Tell them women they'll cry no more. Where do I, shimmy, shimmy, yeah, yeah, shimmy, shimmy, yeah, yeah. Whack DJ, get the fuck out of the way. Whack DJ, get the fuck out my day. Whack DJ, get the fuck off the air. Whack DJ, get the fuck out the booth. Phony politician never telling the truth. Idiot boy, don't chop off your head. Idiot boy, don't chop off your head. Play too much, you might knock off your head. Play too much, you might knock off your head. Beyond good and evil, and if you get hooked, baby, if you get hooked, baby, nobody else's fault.
Cocaine, contradicting with you. Your cocaine, contradicting with you. It's a quarter to 1. We've been looking for fun. It's a quarter to 2. Or what you wanna do? It's a quarter to 3. You know what I need. It's a quarter to 4. Do we have any more? Cocaine, contradicting with you.
How's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday. Happy snow day if you're in the Northeast. We're about to play some more Goblins. Gonna take a look at the sideboard and the main deck. Talk about what we've been seeing as far as Modern lately. Just to determine, like, what we actually want to do. Ooh, that got loud real. They'll end up balancing that by the time we get out, but anyway. I guess first we'll talk about the spoiler that got released this morning. Let me pull that up. I hope you're not looking here for spoiler news, but if you're looking for my opinion, you'll find it here. Because this will be like 8 hours late, but not just 8 hours late, days late sometimes. It's not like I'm consistently streaming. But how can I smuggle goblins? Well, with this copter. The crew is inside the copter, so they're what's being smuggled, I assume. Along with whatever comes off the top of the deck, and they keep trying to kick Squee out of it, but he just comes back in. There was a new spoiler this morning on Spike Stream. It's not relevant to Goblins, but there's a couple. This is the one Lion Sash, but I haven't seen this one yet, so we'll read this one first. Banishing Slash, destroy up to one target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 samurai token with vigilance. So it's a 2 for 2 if you have Urza Saga in your deck, is what they're trying to say to you. But it's very difficult to cast with Urza Saga, and it only destroys tapped creatures. So I guess it kills Stony Silence, which is sort of a big deal for some of those decks. As far as enchantment hate, Prismatic Ending is obviously way better, but when the metagame gets solved and it's like hyper focused, maybe Banishing Slash will be something that brings these Fiddlebender decks over the line. But here's the new one. So it's Lion Sash. You should think about it as a Scavenging Ooze in white. So 1 and a white, artifact, creature, equipment, cat. It's just a 1/1. But you exile card from target graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So Scavenging Ooze just hits creatures and gets +1/+1, but Scavenging Ooze also gains life. Obviously, you can exile anything from a graveyard. And then it's also one of these reconfigure equipments, so you can attach it to something like Inkmoth Nexus and swing for a lot. You can see here, Scavenging Ooze is like part of the Thesaurus. So notably, it costs white to activate, right? And we are a red-black deck, but we've played Mardu before, and we're always like Boros adjacent, I feel like. We can talk about the Goblinwood channel card again for a minute, as we've had a chance to stew. I'll even like, if you guys are just chilling and nobody needs to see League content right now, we can even like pull up a deck list and see what it would look like in it, which is something that you should all do and you're wondering if a card is good or not. But this is good. It kind of, maybe there's a way we can use it with Goblin Engineer. Maybe there's a way we can end up being an equipment deck eventually, but it's hard to say. But it is very good, and it's going to be played at the very least in sideboards. Scavenging Ooze is main deckable. Interesting enough, it just dies to Beseiju, so it's bad. Yeah, that's what's going on. You can tutor both of these. They're like this. You tutor with Stoneforge Mystic, Lion Sash, but Scavenging Ooze people have been tutoring with Court of Calling and things like that forever as well. So they're really analogous in a lot of ways. We'll pull up the only Goblin that maybe looks playable right now. I'll bring up the Welder again in a second because I had some more ideas, but I don't think the Welder is good enough. Anyway, here's the one Goblin we've seen that may be good enough. Twin Shot Sniper, 3 and a red, artifact creature, Goblin Archer. It's got reach. When it enters it's a 2/3 with reach. When Twin Shot Sniper enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target, and then you can channel it, which means you pay 1 and a red and discard it from your hand. It deals 2 damage to any target. So it's uncounterable when you channel it, which is interesting. Well, it's not. We say uncounterable, but it's like this exists. As does Stifle and what is it, like that slime card. So like, you know, you have to work hard to counter it, but Tail's End used to be modern playable. Yeah, I agree with you, Harrison. It's not even the mana cost. That could cost 1 mana and it would be pretty bad. But we'll get to that in a second. So like, the question is, what does this kill in modern? Kill Stoneforge Mystics? Vaguely relevant, you know, Esper Sentinels, all that stuff. It kills Esper Sentinels without casting a spell, which is vaguely relevant. Kills Luris, kills Ragavan doesn't kill DRC basically on turn 2, like, which is when you're casting this, and it doesn't kill Ragavan on turn 1, which is when you need to kill Ragavan. It kills Delver if that ever becomes a thing, but it really isn't. But that's a reason that this might be playable in Legacy, because they're, you know, they're playing Thalias and Delvers and things like that. Elvish Reclaimers that, you know, don't yet have, let's turn this up a little bit. Music is too low. It balanced it down, and now I can't even hear it. If it cycled, it would be so good. Yeah, and that's why it doesn't. That's why it doesn't. Flavor text? I've never even read it. Pierce the heart and pierce the head. Even the mightiest fall down dead, I assume that's supposed to be, right? Yeah, dead. It's a good little poem. Feels like it harkens back to older flavor texts. So it's pretty... Okay, so what would make this good? Let's pull up a pod list, because this is where I think it would fit. Here's No Vile Goblins with pod, well, Fire of Heroes. We probably aren't playing Thoughtseize. Here, before I just fuck this up even more, let's just do it. So, probably not playing Thoughtseize. We've been playing 22 lands and getting away with it. I don't know if you'll be in Jund. Don't worry about the mana base so much. I don't know if you'll be in Jund for this type of thing. Because I would imagine you want more graveyard synergies, which implies Patriarch's bidding, right? So I'm thinking that. You probably don't have to play so many experts if you're playing this guy. Even though expert is very good. It's like sometimes it does less than 2 damage, which obviously isn't what you're looking for. So at the very least, we may be able to replace 1 expert for it. Probably too many War Marshals here. Whatever. And now let's find a red. I think Slash Panther is the same converted mana cost. No. Well, it costs 4 and it's red, but it's not quite the thing. I want it to cost 3 and a red and be an artifact creature. Anybody, give me something. Artifact creature. Is that gonna work? No. That'll say artifact creature on it. Give me something. That color is red. Subtype. No, not white. Type artifact creature. And we can just scroll down. I just want, like, at a glance it to look like the card, right? If it just is gonna cost 3 in a red, so be it. But I think there's... Okay, here we go. Arcbound Whelp. That'll do. Is there anything better? It's just out of curiosity since we're already here. Thought it was Slash Panther, but no. Okay, only Arcbound Whelp. Cool. In modern, at least. What if I take the modern thing off? Probably a lot more, actually. This is like completely a tangent. But I enjoy this. Lava Brink Floodgates. What the hell is that? These commander cards, they just need to remove them all. It would be... Look, I see you guys had it. When I say they should just remove them all, remember when you were a kid and you played Magic and you built your 100-card deck, and, you know, you didn't know what cards were out there. It was really exciting. That's kind of the vibe that I get when I see all these commander cards, and I'm like, whoa, I've never seen this before. Except you can't open them in anything. You have to buy a pre-made deck to get them. So it's like... It's none of that cool stuff from when we were kids. You know what I mean? It's like just buy it off the shelf. This card is amazing type stuff. But anyway, let's say we play 2 of these Arcbound Whelps, which are not Arcbound Whelps. Maybe Arcbound Whelp ends up fitting in this deck, but I doubt it. let's say we play 2 of these, 2 experts, 1 Tarfire, and then honestly, you need some number of lightning bolt. Like, you can't just not play lightning bolt in the Ragavan format. So, or 1 mana removal spells. Like, you could keep going with Tarfire, but I'm gonna put 3 bolts in here so we don't think that we have more space than we do. Not exciting. That's why I like Zada, because it's just a bunch of draft chaff. Yeah, I mean, Commander in a very real way is supposed to be taking all the cards that couldn't see play in other formats, and you know, you rip them out of your binder and throw them in a deck. I don't have a cup here. I have this seltzer but no cup. But now that thing can't end up in my binder unless I buy a $30 precon, and sometimes it's a $70 precon. What? This doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't like how they're introducing cards not just into the Commander format, but into Legacy. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a glass. And we're back. All right. So we have this 2/3 Reacher artifact. What can we do with it? Obviously, we can pot our Harbingers and our Matrons into it, which is pretty cool. We can draw it off the top with something like Chandra, if that is a thing. Chandra, I'm addressed. A card that I really want to test, by the way, not just Chandra. There are these cards that M. Hayashi has been playing that, like, they exile the top 2 cards of your library. Can't remember the Reckless Impulse. So they've been playing Reckless Impulse and Light Up the Stage. I don't know which one we would actually play, but this is a card I actually want to test. I hate that this is the version that they show. This black and white, like, looks like a Rakdos card because it's black and red, but it's like just a red card, and it's just really bland black and white art that honestly it should be flipped. The color scale, maybe. Like, all the whites should be black and all the blacks should be white. It doesn't matter. I think Impulse makes more sense, I agree. But when you hit, when you use Chandra, I think Light Up the Stage is better, but for us, Impulse might be better. It's tough to say. So, I just wanted to pull these up. So, this is like the basic shell, right? Like, this has your removal, this has your Patriarch's Bidding, this has Fire of Heroes, which is, I believe, the only way that the Goblin is going to be playable. Because you're talking about 5 mana to tutor it and then channel it in the same turn. So, like, if you have 5 mana, you probably want to tutor it and just wait to cast the creature and get that too, right? What is the new card from Oh, no. No, the one that you exile cards, that is a replacement for Valakut's Awakening, not for Reckless. I really don't think that is like, that's Valakut's Awakening, that's Cathartic Reunion, but that is not the same as Reckless Impulse, in my opinion. I wouldn't consider them replacements. Let me make this orange. Because everything is a hit off of Reckless Impulse. You can play lands. So, you play this. If you have enough 1-mana spells, you can play it on turn 2 and not care. Grab your land. It's like a bad expressive iteration. like where you only maybe get to play them both. You know what I mean? Like you get a land and a 1-mana spell but I mean you can play it next turn, so it's a little better than that. It's really good. I think it's really good, and we just don't put this kind of card advantage in our deck, and maybe we should try it. But what goblins do we fit in here? Like, how does, and I keep pulling up the Arcbound Whelp because I'm trying to get ideas, but how does this card, Twin Shot Sniper, how does it fit in? What can we pod that like becomes this that gives us like advantage? Doesn't the other one give you selection? I'm confused. It's like Ponder gives you selection, but Ancestral Recall gives you 3 cards. So which one's better? Like they both cost 1 mana and look at 3 cards, but one of them just puts them straight into your hand. Reckless Impulse just puts 2 cards that you can, like you're fake drawing 2 cards. I'll pull up Light Up the Stage, but Light Up the Stage is the same. It can just sometimes be cheaper. Light Up the Stage just, it does the exact same thing, but has a spectacle cost of 1. Unless you're talking about a different card. Oh, are you talking about the Kamigawa card? Here, I'll pull that up. No, it doesn't give you selection. Oh man, I'm trying to make the window bigger. Move that, and I missed. What's it called? It's in Japanese every time I've seen it. I've only seen like, God damn it. Right. What? Why am I on Kaldheim? I looked at the Kaldheim spoiler a lot. It does have little goblins in the art, by the way, which I like. March of Reckless Joy. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of red cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each red card exiled this way. So X can be 2 if you pay 1 red and pitch a card, meaning you exile 2 cards from the top of your library and then can play them. So for discarding a card, I get to fake draw 2 cards, right? But I have to discard a card. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that is way closer to Cathartic Reunion, which I spelled wrong. Or it was Tormenting Voice or something like that. The one that didn't draw 3. Yeah. That's way closer to Tormenting Voice than it is to Reckless Impulse, right? And it's worse than Tormenting Voice because you don't actually draw them. Now, if you... But why would you... I understand what you're saying, Harrison, but like, imagine the scenario. Let's say you have 5 cards in your hand. How many cards can you reasonably play on the next turn that you want to exile multiple of them to maybe cast the random, right? Like, they have to be red cards. So they're not duds. They're not just lands that you're discarding, right? And if you were going to do this, so like, okay, there's one way for us to abuse it, which is with Squee the Immortal. But then, again, why aren't you just playing Tormenting Voice or Cathartic Reunion or something like, or why not Reckless Impulse? How big is X? You can't vial these cards in. They're exiled. So, like, I don't think it's good at all for us. If you look at Valakut's Awakening, that would be better. Because not only is it a land, but you draw the cards. I think this is just a bad version of it, and it's good for combo decks. Like, combo decks that are just like, as long as I have enough spells to cast next turn, and it's none of these, I'll be fine. But even that, it's like, you cast this at the end of your opponent's turn, because you have 4 mana, and X is 3, and now it's just like, I have 3 cards in my hand for me to go off with, extra, but... This isn't a value card. This is like a I gotta end the game now card, right? And like Maybe if you're playing really, really bad cards, like that give your opponent choices, like Vexing Devil. This one allows you to dig for real burn when they're just in a position to let Vexing Devil resolve. But again, just don't build your deck that way. You won't have that problem. Yeah, I don't think March of Reckless Joy goes pretty much anywhere because Valakut's Awakening exists. But Valakut's Awakening, I believe, is a sorcery, right? No, it's an instant, so I don't understand why you would ever play that card. Other than you have a ton of mana and are just looking for something to end the game with. The Reckless Impulse is legitimate. Reckless Impulse is legitimately, like, this card is just value. It can be good if we're looking to play a long game where we'll be fine. So, looking back at this Scrap Welder card again, a day later, it still has the same issues. However, let's say you're playing Modern 8 Welder. Let's say you're playing Modern 8 Welder, meaning you have Goblin Engineer and Scrap Welder, just a ton of them. Engineer puts things in your graveyard, you don't have to worry about that. Engineer also sacks lands. See, the problem with this is it says it says sacrifice and not like destroy. I believe this one's Gatherer text might say destroy. I actually don't know. I think you sacrifice them. I don't remember. Anyway, so my point is we can't abuse like the indestructible artifact lands. There's not a lot we can do, but let's say you're playing Engineer and Welder. You can stock your graveyard with anything you want for free. You can pay 1 red mana and tap one of your Welders to get to the quote-unquote top of your chain, right? With Engineer. And then you have some kind of 3 mana artifact in play. I don't know. If it had haste, it might save it. Yeah, that's true for a lot of things. Especially combo pieces. So like, but let's say you're at the top of the chain with 3. You can sacrifice some kind of 3 mana artifact to get a 2 mana artifact from your graveyard. Is there some back and forth combination with the 2 Welders that you can do there? I'm gonna look at the 3 CMC. Well, it doesn't have to be any specific color. It just has to be an artifact. And it can be a creature because it can gain haste. Equal to 3. And it's modern. This is gonna be a long list, but we're gonna be able to, like, you know, we kind of want it to say it does something when it dies or enters the battlefield, but I suppose it's not necessary. Cast spells that have cycling ability from your graveyard. Interesting, but I don't think so. This isn't happening. I guess you get Scrap Trawler and then you get Mega Value. That's something. There's also these modular guys, which is interesting. I hate that this thing's creature type is just dog. Like cat, sure. Dog? Everyone knows what a dog is, and it ain't that. What the hell is this? Why are these just not showing up? Can't actually get Bergie. Birthing Boughs is interesting. Binding Soul Eater actually gets haste from the scrap guy, but not from Engineer. I guess Blasting Station is something, but it's not good. Bloodline Pretender. I don't see anything that was like And nothing is jogging my memory as to, like, you know, you get... I guess Bray's Apprentice is legit. So this guy also sacrifices artifacts. You would definitely put him in the deck, but I just don't know. Nothing great. If you could, like, just somehow attach things however you wanted, Captain's Hook is great. Is there like a there's that mirror that just lets you attach things. You tap and attach equipment. So you would just attach this to your opponent's creatures and then move them. Pretty cool. Or you could animate your opponent's lands and then attach them, and then it just falls off when it stops being animated, and then it dies. Which is another pretty cool thing. I'm just not seeing it. I guess Cathodian. This is it. I mean, this is the big thing. So you put Cathodian into play. Now you sacrifice Cathodian. You get 3 colorless mana. And a 2-drop from your graveyard. How many more are there? A lot. But Cathodian, there's nothing stronger than Cathodian. Nothing stronger than a Black Lotus. So what 2-drop do you get from your graveyard that you can spend 3 mana on, right? That's gonna be good. Not sure. It can't be an equipment. You don't really want it to be an equipment. Although that would be cool. I guess you could get Blackblade. It's not exciting. We're looking for 2-drops. Carnage Altered? Wow, that's bad. That's a horrible convoluted combo. Not seeing anything. And nothing is coming to mind as well. When I say I'm not seeing anything, I understand I've looked at 12 cards out of 400. But it's like, how strong can the effect be that you could fortify your lands? I want Dermotaxi to be a thing. I do believe it's like 1 Goblin Morningstar. Yeah, that's perfect. When you reanimate this, by the way, you get haste. So, like, you can do this immediately, which is interesting. So, let's say you go Cathodian into Diamond Lion. Now you have no hand. Everything in your hand is now in your graveyard, but you have 6 mana. You have 6 mana. This is convoluted, but now you have 6 mana, and we're looking for cards with flashback equal to 6 or less. And it doesn't have to be an artifact anymore. Well, the type line isn't flashback, is it? Text says flashback. And it's 6 mana, 3 of it's colorless, and 3 of it is some other color. So, like, Calibrated Blast. No, can't do that. Is there some flashback card that's gonna win you the game, though? That isn't Path to Exile? I doubt it. Wait a second. Legal and Modern. Oh, I put that their CMC was 3. Don't need that anymore. Doesn't matter. Like, I'm looking for expensive flashbacks, but not too expensive. I wish I could search the flashback cost. Hey, look, you could bump in the night somebody. Isn't that's what we're doing? Oh, parole. I just doubt it. And this is already a super convoluted combo, but, like, I can't imagine something more powerful than Cathodian into Lion's Eye Diamond. So, like, if we can't do it If we can't even get something close here, I guess Increasing Vengeance is close. You would Increasing Vengeance and then Lightning Bolt them to death. Yeah, Faithless Looting, great. I really like Light Up the Night, by the way. I think that card is going to be good eventually. Past in Flames is obviously big, but not what we're looking at. Yeah, a lot of times things with flashback costs are just targeted at limited play, so not a ton. I love this card, Smiting Helix. I can't wait for somebody to use Smiting Helix for real. I hope it's us. Just so good. I guess spider spawning, but no. We're like an artifact deck, right? What can we do with this 6 mana out of the yard? Yes, you flashback something with Burial Rites. But like, what do you flash back that we couldn't have already? Like, Engineer can put Sundering Titan into your graveyard, but then you have this like wild convoluted combo just to get Sundering Titan out, right? Yeah, I don't think it's there. I mean, maybe there's something. I'm clearly doing like a half-assed job right now, but I don't see it. And I also don't see what to do about this guy. I just don't see it. Smiting Helix was a thing in Dredge. Yeah, they were doing the that zombie. I think it's from Commander Jumpstart or something, which I hate. But here, wait. There's a card that's a goblin that says like you don't have to pay Echo, and it always makes me think that there's some card out there that says activated abilities cost 2 less, and it's this card. I guess you get close. Is Zerta banned in Modern? Apparently not. This is just a shock if you have Zerta out, but that's pretty bad. I guess Snoop gets the ability, which doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't see a way. I don't think that this is good. I mean, if uncounterable becomes important, if 2 mana 2 damage is important, it's not. We could play Lightning Bolt and we just don't. Like, the body has to be good. The 2/3 body has to be good. That's the conclusion I think I'm coming to. And I just don't know if it is. Like, it blocks Solitude, great. Everything blocks Solitude, although most things in our deck don't, but it blocks Solitude. It doesn't even kill Fury. It's sort of resilient to Fury, but not really. Is there anything that I should have in this sideboard that I don't? Maybe a 3rd Nile Spellbomb. We have the Void Mirror. We have 3 Blood Moons. We have a Trash Master. Should I be playing 2 Kiki Jiki's main at the cost of one of these experts? Maybe. It should have been Flame Tongue Goblin. Well, I won't say Kavus were around before Goblins, but they get my respect. FTK was a defining card, so I like Flame Tongue Yearling. I like that it exists. If you've never seen them, these are the 2. In fact, let's show all the versions because then this art makes even more sense. Here's Flame Tongue Kavu, and it's 4 mana, deal 4 damage to target creature, and it's a 4/2. But the drawback, the fake drawback, is that it can't be your only creature. It can't be the only creature on the battlefield because it has to deal 4 damage to something. And that was a fake drawback. It meant you couldn't play it in a red aggressive deck, but you could just play it in every good deck. And then here's the callback, which is exactly the same, but I still like it. It's new, a little bit smaller. He's saying this should have been a goblin, but I don't think I agree. I appreciate the callback. We could use a gem palm, something. I don't know. Not incinerator. What are the other burn cells? Gem palm, flame spear. I don't know. But if I would rather have actually the 4th Harbinger main before the second Kiki. If I was gonna cut an expert, sounds dumb, but like when you're mulling against the linear decks, that's what you want. Oh, should we have a pithing needle? Should I just be put this back? I mean, munitions expert is bad against all the linear decks, but should I have a pithing needle over engineered explosives or void mirror even? Maybe? Is there something here that I keep saying it and I keep coming back to just pull this guy out. We could board the biddings because all these linear decks are so strong. Pull this Kiki back in or pull this Harbinger back in. The thing is, okay, I'm not gonna do this. And there's a bit of, I won't call it high level theory, but it's like not level 1 theory that goes into this. I'm gonna run this back unless I can find room for a needle right now. Maybe Thoughtseize is just worse than the first Pithing Needle. I usually hate Pithing Needle, especially when it comes to like these oops decks where you don't know if they're on Belcher or whatever, so Thoughtseize at least gets whatever they have, and Needle you don't just guess in the dark. You know what? We're gonna leave it as is. And we'll just play it. We're gonna start playing because we've been sitting here talking. Nothing's changing. Hold out for Streets of New Capenna. I mean, there will be cool stuff in Streets of New Capenna regardless. There are a ton of modern playable cards being printed, and they just have been dodging us so far. The whole spoiler is not out yet. The whole spoiler is not even out. So we will see. I think, so I was gonna explain this Patriarch's bidding thing. So game 1, I mean, this is very basic stuff, but you don't realize it, and sometimes, and maybe you don't realize you should build your deck with it in mind. It's something that PVDDR, Paulo Vitor. I wish he had a short. Paulo. I don't know him that well, but Paulo is the easiest. It's something that Paulo wrote an article on way back. There are cards that are better game 1 than they are in any other game, and there are cards that are better out of the sideboard than they are in any other game. When you build your main, right? Because Magic is mostly a creature combat game, you come packed with removal. This was his example. So if you're a control deck, you're a blue-white control deck that in, we'll say Legacy, because I think that was what his example was. And you come in and you have no creatures in your main deck, you've effectively blanked their removal. Now it's time to go to sideboard. They're going to side out all of the removal that they probably had in game 1. And if they have any sideboard, if they have any removal spells in their sideboard, they're probably not bringing them in. This is the perfect time for you to bring in a card like Stoneforge Mystic that may be weak to removal, but is a creature that can get you value when in game 1 you didn't want to commit to creatures, so you could blank their some percentage of cards in their main deck. And what are they supposed to do? How much removal do they leave in, even if they know you're bringing in Stoneforge Mystic? It's a tough call. Oh my god. Yorion means they're playing white, which means I can't reasonably keep this hand, right? You just can't keep a 1-lander with Vile anymore. You can keep a 2-lander with Vile. I don't want to be stuck. Like, I don't think Tarfire is good against the Yorion deck. Am I crazy? So we'll throw back Tarfire. And we'll just be on Aether Vial, Harbinger, maybe. Anyway, so that's the idea. So that means we've just proven there are cards that exist that are better in your sideboard than your main deck, and it goes in the other direction as well. So let's take a look at the card I was actually talking about. We want to be able to cast Bidding if we find it against this Yorion deck. So I'm gonna reveal this Matron, because I want to be able to play this on black, but I also want to be able to play Snoop without Cavern and at all, and Lightning Bolt. So something like Patriarch's Bidding, right? In game 1, how likely is it that your opponent has aggressive graveyard hate, right? Pretty unlikely. There's not a lot of decks running main deck Relic of Progenitus anymore. I used to run a deck that did that. It was nuts. I'm gonna keep saving this. We have Bolt up if they do anything, but they don't have Prismatic Ending, which is interesting. And they're mono white Yorions so far. So they're unlikely to have they're gonna flicker my they're gonna flicker this. Now I want to cast Matron next turn, and I don't want them to be able to equip anything scary to this. I don't think there's any 2-mana equipment though. The question I'm asking is, do I bolt this Flicker Wisp because it's just a fast clock? I guess I can save it. Although, like, if they're this mono white Flicker deck, they're probably pretty likely to have things like Charming Prince and what have you to, like, to stop, to, like, blank my removal, and I'm kind of just about to start committing to the board. I think maybe I play this Harbinger depending on what I draw instead of the Matron. I'm not sure. That's a pretty good draw. I guess I could play... I'm gonna play this as the black land. I'm gonna play Harbinger because I have 2. And I'm gonna put a Snoop on top of my deck. I don't know if this is right, but I'm in no rush based on what they just did. And I would like to be able to maybe Matron and immediately violin whatever I get. You know what I mean? Like, not gonna do anything with what we're tutoring right now, so we have a chance. Okay, so they put Yorion down into their hand. I'm exposing this to sorcery speed removal by accident. I thought I was in there. Doesn't matter. So we'll tick up. They may play Path, just because they're like sort of nutty over there. We'll attack for 3. I don't think there's anything that I necessarily... They probably have Solitude, right? That's why they feel so comfortable tapping out. So I should just get another one, I think. Given that they've done nothing. I mean, there's probably Ephemerates out there too. Is there a card I have that just like kind of beats what they're doing? No. But yeah, we'll just grab another Snoop. We could get both Snoops into play here if we want. Violent Snoop, stack these 2 goblins. Snoop. But that loses to something like Charming Prince Ephemerate, Solitude, or something like that, right? Anyway, like I was saying, I don't even know if I finished my thought. Patriarch's Bidding, they probably don't have main deck graveyard hate. So, like, boarding into bidding seems worse than boarding out of bidding. And forcing somebody to bring in a graveyard hate spell for something you only have 2 of in your deck kind of sucks. I also forgot to play Snoop, so that's a thing. I was just too busy talking. I don't think it's gonna matter.
Brother Esau killed a hunter back in 1969.
I'm assuming that they have Solitude. It could have been correct not to Violent Snoop anyway, even though I have 2, but
But his birthright was the one to win.
we'll see. I don't think it really was, but I'm gonna pretend that it was an acceptable option. I just okayed through the end step while talking about bidding. So the balancing act that you're playing there is being good game 1 versus game 2. What's easier game 1 versus game 2. So the combo, pretty similarly, it only gets harder in game 2 versus game 1. But the combo is really only good against these linear decks anyway, which I don't know. What are they gonna do here? They're gonna Ephemerate, right? I don't really care about. Oh, they just okay. I gotta like slow down, because I should have sacrificed that because we're playing bidding. And knowing, I said they probably have Ephemerate Evoke in hand, and I just didn't play as such when I had this Munitions Expert on top of my deck. I just gotta slow down and play better. So we're gonna do that now. But okay, they block the Matron. Interesting. We won't let them gain life. We know it's on top of our deck, so Viling in the Snoop here to make use of the mana doesn't do anything. Not that we have red flash cards anyway. So now they rebound it. They'll probably exile the Prospector. This time I will sacrifice it. And we have to hope that they don't have another Ephemerate in hand or Solitude. Hero Recruiter searching up what? So it's red-white taxes over there. They search up
Esau holds a blessing. Esau holds a curse.
They search up Skyclave Apparition. So if they don't have an Ephemerate here, we win. Could be Path, could be Ephemerate. I don't think that it, I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna go for it. I guess we could go for it in response to Skyclave Apparition, but that gives them a chance to like draw again. We just do this now because it forces them to move, and then we can vial in Boggart Harbinger in response. So this beats Ephemerate now. Hey, look, it didn't matter because we're playing a pile. That's usually what happens. You play against a pile and you do fine. Because they can't win. They don't play enough removal or interact. So we get Kiki-Jiki, for those who haven't seen it. We put it on top of our library. Then Snoop gains the abilities. Snoop isn't legendary, so it can target itself with Kiki-Jiki's ability. And now we get infinite tapped Snoops. And then we use these Snoops as ammo for our Sling Gang Lieutenant. So we win game 1. They haven't seen any of our graveyard stuff, so even though they're a mono-white deck, mono-white-ish deck, they are not gonna be prepared for that. I think Lightning Bolt is really important to break up their Ephemerate. I think Void Mirror turns off enough of their shenanigans that, you know, we'll lean on it a little bit. Aether Vial is pretty bad against most white decks. Is Thoughtseize better? Not sure. Although all of their removal is sorcery speed, more or less, so Aether Vial was pretty good there. Do I expect Crater Maker to be good? Not sure. Really not sure. I'm assuming they're gonna bring in like a ton of creature removal. Like just a butt ton of creature removal. I don't think Mogwar Marshal is very good. It doesn't block Flicker Wisp, doesn't block really anything worthwhile. Can I reasonably remove a munitions? I guess I can remove a Skirk Prospector. Although Prospector into Munitions Expert kills some things like Charming Prince. That could be useful. Just like on curve. Well, not great, but keep their board a little bit clear. We don't have anything like Chain Whirler or whatever, which would be good in this matchup. I'm not sure if the Thoughtseizes even matter, but it's good against the Evoke stuff, right? So I'll leave it in. Probably not attacking for the win, but it's actually a combo piece with bidding this Chieftain. So I think I'll leave it. We'll just shave a Skirk Prospector. And we'll leave in a Crater Maker as like a hedge. Maybe I should have removed one Munitions Expert, but I just feel like playing at instant speed and breaking up their Ephemerates is just really where you want to be. This is a great hand. This is a fantastic hand. Every time I see Lightning Bolt, I'm so excited. It's just so legitimately good. Like, we'll reveal this Snoop. It doesn't actually matter here because we have things to do, right? We're playing towards bidding and all that. Although most of their removal is exile, so maybe bidding is bad in this matchup when you have it just in your opening hand without a copter. And that's something to think about. Wow, Rip Apart. Oh my god. There's just... This stream is just like... Somebody should do, and when I say somebody, it should obviously be me. I'm not going to. Just like a supercut of all of the ridiculously awful ways that Vial dies. It's just like a new card every day. I have never had my Vial rip aparted before, I don't think, but there's just so much incidental Aether Vial hate out there that it's never surviving. If your opponent put cards into their sideboard, it's just not going to make it. So they kill our Skyclave, our Snoop with Skyclave Apparition, which is fine. We're just going to probably bolt it and hold up this Munitions Expert for any kind of one drop. We're bolting it at sorcery speed to save Ephemerate shenanigans, although because I have nothing in play, maybe I didn't care about that. I don't know. It does suck that all of their removal exiling and we're on this bidding and not liking that. So this kills the token, which is a reason not to do it at sorcery speed. They clearly have Ephemerate though, so probably wouldn't have mattered. Do I just like flash in Munitions Expert to start beating down? I think so. I have ways to get basic swamp stuff, so just black red. There's no way that they should save this, but it looks like they don't have Ephemerate based on F6 there. And we'll just swing in for one. Sort of an oversight. Maybe I should have sided out one bidding. I was just kind of excited because they're a mono white deck that definitely has hate for bidding, and I managed to get through game one without showing it to them. That, like, it feels like a plus EV to leave it in, but it probably wasn't. Gonna keep thinning. we'll grab the non-basic. Although I imagine the type of player that's on a singleton Blood Moon or Mages of the Moon or something. So getting this swamp before something bad happens is probably fine. I'll just leave this in play. Fetch. I don't think we'll crack this fetch because we may need double black. Double black from basics. They draw a card with their good land. The reason we don't play those lands, by the way, and you totally can, old versions of Goblins did play them. It really hurts your burn matchup. And we have a pretty solid burn matchup because a lot of our lands are just play. You end up being pretty good. That and Aether Vial getting around Eidolon of the Great Revel, you're just, you know, you're not in a bad spot. So, all right, here's the thing. If I try to kill this Munitions Expert, or if I try to kill this Skyclave Apparition, do I kill my own Munitions Expert, maybe? To get it in the yard for bidding? Because if I do this in response, I can't actually kill Skyclave Apparition, right? So I think I'm going to kill my own Munitions Expert to get it in the yard for bidding. Because if I kill the Skyclave Apparition in response, I never get a token and my thing still gets exiled, right? Yeah. I'm just going to kill this. I don't care about their 2/2 that much. Skyclave Apparition's getting bidding back is not great. I've now informed them that I care about my stuff being in the graveyard opposed to anywhere else. Snoop is good. Snoop is good. This is a trigger, right? I'm thinking about whether I want to just dock that in first. If I may be able to play something off the top of my deck. I think I want that lightning bolt. There's probably an ephemerate over there is my guess. Do I, if they go to ephemerate this Skyclave Apparition, do I leave my stuff? I think I just leave it. Leave the bolt. Like, I don't think that there's any reason. Alright, so they rip apart. And there's nothing I can really draw that's exciting. I may just bidding for, like, minimal value. They play an Aether Vial of their own. I'll chump here, because it means that I can just play bidding. They get back a Skyclave Apparition. They probably exile my Snoop, but, like, I kill both their Skyclave Apparitions, and I end up... I guess I just end up with a 1-1. Like, where are we? Not great. Too late, I blocked. I do want the bolt. They have 2 cards in hand. I put a Snoop into play. I don't think this is getting better. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Black. Black. We can grab... Oh, I want to be able to grab basic Swamp. Even though I'm probably not casting a second bidding. So they can pick either Spirit or Elemental. They can't get both. We have a Bolt to, like, really get around other shenanigans. I don't know. This bidding is not great. I think we do end up slightly ahead, but it's not great. This is a case against bidding. I hope I picked a different one. Yeah. That bidding was basically a 5-mana removal spell on their Skyclave Apparition. I don't really like that, especially since I already had a bolt. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. I mean, I will get a 2/2 out of it. But we are slightly ahead on board, and they don't really have a ton going on. I wonder if they evoke a... They may end up evoking yeah, Solitude here. They're ephemerating. Gonna fizzle this. Just because it leaves me with more of my goblins in play. Not because we really get away with it. So, you know what? This bidding ended up better than I was giving it credit for. 4 power in play. And we have a ton of top decks because we have a ton of lands. Let's see, mono white opponent. What have you got? Oh no. This is going to be a Caldra? Sword of Fire and Ice is pretty bad for us. Can't equip it yet. We did leave in a Crater Maker. We didn't draw a Crater Maker. So if we attack, we can't... It has protection from red and blue. So actually, gaining nothing by not attacking. We may draw a... wow, bidding wouldn't even do anything here. We may draw a non-goblin, but I think all the non-goblins are cheap, so we'll just put in our hand. This Sword of Fire and Ice is going to slowly lose us the game. They still have Yorion, by the way. They put it in their hand at some point. Gotta get a black thing if I want to chump that. Don't have any black removal. But we can draw Crater Maker or Matron, and then their sword dies. Arming Prince to get more equipment. Thalia, who cares about Thalia? Munitions Expert. Not exciting, is it? They're not gonna ephemerate a Thalia. Should I just kill this Thalia now so I can attack? Yeah. But we are slowly losing to the card advantage from Sword of Fire and Ice. A Copter would actually be pretty solid. Copter would do us some good. They're at 12. Not so more than just Copter would guess. Are they just gonna try to race me, I wonder? They should really wipe my board. I don't know who I think they targeted me last time, but I'm not sure. Time they don't. No, I think they took one of my experts. Yeah. Now, if this isn't Caldra. It's Batterskull? They don't even play the Batterskull? Good. We have to kill the Sword of Fire and Ice. The Batterskull we can like deal with for him. We're just hoping that they like do something. They're the reason you wait, so that let them make a mistake if they want to make it. I think this is going to be my only league. Although, I don't know. See if I should play a little bit faster so I can maybe get like a... So, this is the sort of mistake I'm talking. Now their Stoneforge Mystic is dead. Nothing. Goblin Ringleader, that's a good card. Give me something. Give me something. Give me something. Shirk and Snoop. I will take it. Lightning Bolt. That could have been a Tarfire, I guess. That's what people would tell you. I even play it here. We know, like, basically the only card in their hand is Yorion Batterskull. Yeah, I'll play it. Because we may want to, like... Do I want to just get this Snoop off the top? I think I'm gonna attack with the... Oh, I shouldn't attack. So, they're doing this in response so that I can't bidding again, which is the correct call, which maybe means I should have played the Prospector. I wanted the opportunity to play a Prospector off the top, but not a huge deal. So they're going to Violent Batterskull here. They're going to go up to a bajillion life when they swing. If I don't chump. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I have a Vial on 5, so they can now Vial Yorion in. To blink this Solitude. They only attack with Batterskull. I'll take 4. I don't care. Take 4. I didn't bring in... We didn't see Stoneforge the first time, although I should have assumed they were playing Stoneforge. We have combo outs here, though. I know they have Yorion, but they may make a mistake and... have the Snoop. Ugh. Didn't quite get there. So we're just okaying through. I assume that they're going to Vial Yorion in. And then Blink Solitude. I'll have to sack my Snoop for drawing dead for a turn or two. I think we just go to game 3. I want to see what I... No, let me see. Yeah, we were drawing dead. I saved some time. Otzi's not bad. Barn Weirding kind of bad. Crashmaster better than I thought. Bidding probably gonna get worse now that we showed them it. Bring in another Kiki. Harbinger. Thoughtseize. Take out. The fact that they have... I don't think Void Mirror is good enough here. I would love to get a Copter Squee going. Skirk is okay for gaining life. Or for keeping them from gaining life. Crashmaster is going to do a similar thing. Maybe we just take out all our biddings? It was okay there. There was a chance that we won with that. Maybe we just take out one Lightning Bolt. One of these experts. Although most of their stuff just dies to Tarfire anyway. Nothing specifically that Lightning Bolt kills that Tarfire doesn't. So we're gonna play first. Hopefully we get like... Yes, this is exactly what I want. I'm gonna say hopefully we get like some combo potential and like a pile. I think I'm just slamming Snoop next turn. Because I think a lot of their removal is sorcery speed, other than evoking Solitude at the beginning of the game. So, and it costs 3 mana. They're on like the ephemerate Skyclave Apparition plan. So this may just win the game here, or force them to pitch a card. Nope, they rip apart. Okay, well, that's fine. Harbinger can put something good on top because we have 4. Fetch to thin, yeah. Gonna be grabbing. I'll just get a swamp just in case. Triple black goblin. But I think we just put Ringleader on top. Although, Expert is good, but I already have one. Could get another Snoop. Kinda don't want another Snoop. Just go with Ringleader. Especially because they have nothing in play. They could flash an Athalia here with their Vial. But we're gonna attack our Ringleader. No matter what. Could be Skyclave Apparition. Skyclave Apparition is so good against us because when you just have one guy on your board, there's just like not a lot to do. Ooh, now they have like great blocks. Auriok Champion. Okay, so they must think that that's combo protection. And they can flash that in, and it's got pro this, so I can't really attack anything anymore. I'm just gonna play Ringleader and pass is what that means, and look for matrons and stuff. Get Skirk and Snoop. Good hit. Not gonna walk into the Auriok Champion. They will flash it in. Next turn we'll play Snoop. Maybe we should get this Trash Master down. Because it doesn't really let us attack. Makes their Recruiter trade with our Ringleader. Ooh, they put in Stonefort. Are they gonna get Kaldra here? They get the sword. Oh, I guess they can play and equip sword now. That's pretty bad for us. But we have the Trash Master. So we have the Trash Master and we can even block. They should play land, yeah. That is the definitely wrong order to do that in. Just for future reference if I had mana open. So they equip. I think we chump. Keep them from drawing a card, which is wrong. And then I think I'm forced into playing Trash Master Skirk here. But then do this. Trash Master. They're gonna gain the life. That's why they're doing it in response. Fine. Want to play our Skirt. I think I'm supposed to sacrifice the Ringleader to kill the sword and not anything else. We'll see if they waste mana trying to equip the Auriok Champion, because in response we kill the sword. Take their Vial up to 3. They rip apart. Oh, that's painful. Man, if only that was like one bigger. Wait, do I want to kill their vial as well? Is that important? I think it might be. Because they could flicker wisp instant speed here. We'll kill Vial. See if they activate it. They don't. Now, kill this. Sacrificing it to. That could have gone really badly if they had a flicker wisp. So now all we've got is this Skirk Prospector. They have about 3 damage a turn. We have some time. We're gonna play Snoop. They only have 1 card in hand. I'm just okaying everything because by F6 and they try to exile the Skirk, I can't put it in my graveyard. We have a redraw with Snoop with this fetch land. Oh my god, do I hate Aether Vial. Okay. Having to play Snoop uncounterably. Give me the redraw. Okay. We're just gonna grab the combo here. They may think that they're safe from it because they have Auriok Champion in play. They should be aware that they're not. We're gonna shuffle because we don't really want to draw this anyway. I'll grab a basic mountain to save my life total in case this game goes really long. And we'll play our Vial out in case this game goes really long. We have another Harbinger. We know we're not drawing bidding, but did I remove bidding entirely? I think I left 1 in, right? Yeah. Here comes Solitude. Beladar Guardian. The Blink Imperial Recruiter? Or Stoneforge Mystic. I wonder what they'll go for. I think that means they're dead. Unless they have, like... Unless they have Solitude in hand and no white card, but that doesn't make sense because they just Felidar Guardian. Although you would Felidar Guardian to get a crappy white card to blink. Let's see what they get. I don't think they have any outs here. Assuming that that's not Solitude in their hand, they shouldn't have any outs. They get Kiki Jiki. Okay. How's it going, Cactus? I mean, am I losing hope? That's, I don't know. It's, this version is good against Luris, which was like our worst matchup, but it's worse against, like Belcher and stuff, just slightly. And people haven't been playing Luris as much. So it's crazy that as soon as I get, you know, the key to the Luris matchup, it just kind of disappears. But I don't know. I think I want to test this more against 4-color and stuff. It seems really good. Like, I'm like not kidding. People play so differently. They play so differently when you have Copter in play and when you have the out of bidding and things like that. Like they don't make optimal plays. They make a lot of mistakes, and you actually can keep pace with Luris Bauble when they get it. Now, are we as good as them? We're definitely dangerous because when you do get Copter, they do wild stuff to get it off the field, but we only play the 2 Copters, right? And they draw Luris every game, so it's not exactly the same. But yeah. The person just asked me in the chat, this kills me through Auriok Champion, doesn't it? That's like the risk of playing Auriok Champion. For these people that you kind of, when they play Auriok Champion, you're just like, now they think they're safe and I can just kill them. So they probably won't be looking for removal, etc., etc. But anyway, this version with Copter, it's a ton of fun to play. We're playing Lightning Bolt. I feel so stupid for not playing Lightning Bolt earlier, but it was like, you know, the edge that Goblins get is that it can draw 4 cards off of Ringleader, but you know, you have to play Lightning Bolt. So you're just not going to draw as many cards with Ringleader. It's okay. But you have Copter to try and draw towards Lightning Bolts and Patriarch's Bidding, and you have infinite card advantage with Squee and Smuggler's Copter, and then you're doing this weird graveyard thing that they have to deal with, and like, do I sideboard for that? What do I do? And then you also have Blood Moon. So you have combo, Blood Moon, and Long Game, and it's just hard for people. But am I losing hope for cool new Goblins? A little bit. A little bit. We were looking at the spoilers earlier. Let's see if anything new came up. Alright. I haven't read it yet, but what are the chances that this green channel archer is just better than the red one we saw? Bamboo Grove Archer, costs 1 and a green. Looks like it's better so far. Defender Reach, 3/3. Okay. 5. Discard it. Destroy target creature with flying. I wouldn't say it's better, but definitely looks better. 1 and a green, 3/3. It's got Defender, but... and the channel ability's worse. Oh. I didn't realize that my queue popped. Magic Spoilers is a better site? I don't know. This morning, I was watching Spike stream. He spoiled Lion Sash at the end of his stream. He rated Doomwake, and Doomwake was like, oh, Spike spoiled a card, let's go see it. He pulled up Mythic Spoiler and it was already there less than 5 minutes later. MagicSpoilers.com, I'm assuming. Nope. Magic Spoilers, let's just put that in. Just Magic Spoiler. Not bad. I don't know where the full thing is. I guess you click this. I'm liking... I like Mythic Spoiler, but I don't know enough about the thing yet. I haven't looked at it, but I will look at it later. You won the die roll. Would you like to play first? Yes, BHC. I guess you keep this hand. Kirk, Lightning Bolt, Matron. Like, they didn't reveal anything, but with Skirk, you can actually get your Snoops out pretty fast. It's a turn 4 combo instead of a turn 3 combo, but I mean, seems good to me. They can bolt this, and I'm still in pretty good shape. Is this gonna be Jund? No. Is this gonna be... okay. Look at how good Bolt is. I mean, this could have been Tarfire, so I'll give you that. But they do have an 0-3 crab. So you don't always... this wouldn't... they could have played the other 0-3. Right? This prevents me from getting Snoop out this turn. Against Mill, the combo is tough to pull off because they have to like tap out basically. It shows you the CSRFs. I assume that's supposed to be cards. It shows you the cards chronologically. Doesn't that's what Mythic Spoiler does too. When you go, you have to go to the other thing, newest spoilers, but there's like dates. Unfortunately, when you go to newest spoilers and you scroll down far enough right now, you get all these alchemy cards, which I don't think that they should even include alchemy cards as spoilers. But that's me. Oh, it's Vengevine. I see. This is another one of those linear bullshit decks that I just have to mulligan to combo against. Great, great. Fantastic. Okay. So I think Mog War Marshal prevents me from having to back my Skirk Prospector to get Matron out. Then I use Matron. I get Snoop. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a redraw this turn, right? So I play Mog War Marshal. Sacrifice 3 mana. Play Matron, grab Snoop. I play this 1 mana. I sacrifice Matron, I get Snoop out. But I could get a No, I want Skirk because it's going to allow me to kill them next turn. If they, you know, tap out, don't have more land drops. Let's do this. Basic Swamp. I'm gonna sack the whole thing. Or, I don't need to sack the whole thing. Because I have this 1 extra red. Well, no, then okay. This allows me to keep Skirk, like I said. I went through the whole thing and then I forget. Like immediately. So there was a time, maybe I'll go back to doing it this way. There was a time when I was like explaining the lines as I was doing them so that there wasn't all this dead time. But I feel like I missed a lot. So they get to see what they're milling me of if they want to mill me. Basically. I think I am supposed to pull this off my deck. Just in general. Because it draws you towards better things and not really doing much for me. Imagine I cast Patriarch's Bidding against this deck. How bad that would be. Cast a pretty bad Patriarch's Bidding earlier. We still won the match, but all it did was give us 4 power. I don't think this deck can beat us in this turn that they're about to play. I'm going to have 4 mana just straight up, which means I get to save a black mana. So I'm going to play Matron, tutor up Boggart Harbinger, sacrifice Prospector and Matron, tap the black mana to play Harbinger and just win. That's what we're doing right now. But then again, it may just come up on top. May just come up on top. I assume they're milling themselves, and they do. Get a Narcomoeba, which means they're gonna get a ton of other stuff. But they're just dead. That's an instant, right? Is that a source? Hard to find. What is it called? There it is. Glimpse the Unthinkable. Hope it's a sorcery. If they play a fetch land, I can't combo. But they don't play a fetch land. We're not actually shuffling. So we need to be careful here. Get Boggart Harbinger. Don't play that. Sacrifice. Put Kiki Jiki on top. Do our combo. They're dead. Since I go into autopilot mode, I definitely have attention issues. Once I go into autopilot mode, I just start thinking about all the things that I could be thinking about. Looking at the E. Not looking combo any. that. Like, you know you could get drugs for it. Doing okay. 7, I think. If anybody knows how to fix that, please. Also, for any, like, math nerd, I meant to ask earlier. We need to get Sling Gang here. That up last week. Now. Sling Gang. For any math nerd. How much worse is it to have 4 Harbingers and 1 Kiki versus 4 Harbingers and 2 Kiki? And how much worse is it for... So there's 3 scenarios. I want to check. And this I'm talking about for potential to turn 3 combo. 4 Harbingers and 1 Kiki, 4 Harbingers and 2 Kikis, and then 3 Harbingers. For both of those as well. I guess there's 4 scenarios. Did I say 4 or 3? I don't remember. We don't want to bidding the people that are trying to graveyard us. And we kind of don't have time for this smuggler's copter thing. I don't think. So we're gonna pivot. We could lock them out with a Blood Moon. And they are just trying to Vengevine us on like turn 2 or 3. So if we just skirk into Blood Moon, like we're probably pretty good. But do we really want to do that? I wonder. Like they're not playing basics. I would need to remove 6 cards. Okay, cards were definitely not removed. I guess I could cut some of these. This doesn't matter. This chumps, but who cares? I don't think Crater Maker matters. And I want to be able to Blood Moon on turn 2 as many times as possible, so I don't shave this. Maybe I shave a Tarfire? Because it doesn't even kill the 3/3s they bring out of their graveyard. Like, if we win this game, we're probably trouncing them, right? I think this is what we want to do. Possible I'm supposed to have shaved a ringleader. In fact, almost definitely should have shaved a ringleader. But... oh no. Do you play Vile on turn 1 here, or do you play Spellbomb? I guess it depends. They get a Narcomoeba. There's nothing threatening in their graveyard. But I think I'm going to play Vile turn 1. Like, they didn't play Stitcher Supplier. They're on basic island. Yeah. And then assuming they have very little removal, this Snoop will probably just be fine. We're going to Spellbomb next turn. Hold it up. See if they try to interact with it. They have a hard time fighting through even 1 Spellbomb because they have to do something threatening to make us go off and like kind of random how much they get in their graveyard, and they often have to do a lot. This, like, the worst case scenario here is like they hit 2 zombies and a Narcomoeba and they hit nothing. So that's good. They have a Vengevine in there, which is, oh, they actually get to Vengevine because they cast 2 creatures. All right, they have a 4/3. That's a pretty quick clock. 5 damage a turn. We have 4 turns, but hopefully these redraws with Snoop will get us there. Now this Nile Spellbomb is looking less good, right? Now this Nile Spellbomb is looking less good. I can save the Snoop for next turn, or I can just go for it now by playing it. If they don't speed up the clock, I'm probably fine. And I can't get value off of Snoop this turn. I can just give it I can just make it so that it doesn't have summoning sickness, but I don't even think that that's where I want to be at. All right. I've convinced myself, but I'm not sure that I'm right. But we're going to do it this way. I think I have one more turn, and I don't think that they play removal, so I don't think it mattered. I'm probably just going to cycle this Spellbomb regardless at their end step. Because we need, like, Matrons or Harbinger, right? Oh, it's 6 damage this turn. Didn't realize that, but it doesn't change the clock. Wonder what they do here. Are these Drown in the Locks in their hand or counter spells? If they're counter spells, our Aether Vial's doing work. When it enters the battlefield, each player discards a card. Tell me what you're discarding. I'll discard this. Although, if there's a Harbinger on top, I want to be able to play a land that doesn't shuffle. Discard one of our shuffle. They discard Vengevine. Exile. Drew another fetch land anyway. Aether Vial. I don't think they play removal. So we'll just put this Snoop in the... And it needs to be able to block one of these 1/1. Oh, if I crack a fetch, I'm dead, right? 1, 2, 3, 7. So I need to be able to block this Rotting Rats. Means I can't. Yeah. Problem. Okay. Well, Nile Spellbomb is going to be effectively a redraw. We'll probably do it before they deal us damage, so that we could maybe draw a Bolt and then give ourselves a creeping chills. Well, we get to stop that. Okay, Ringleader off the top, and theoretically find us a Harbinger to just combo them and win. So that's cool. We have an out. We have at least one out. Swing at me for 7. I will block the Rotting Rats. I'll take 6 and go to 1. I was just barely right, by the way, about having an extra turn. Just barely right. So we have to tick up because we want to be able to play Harbinger. Ringleader into Ringleader. Well, I mean, not going to do us great favors, but maybe Harbinger? No, not Harbinger. Prospector. Prospector and not anything good underneath. Do we just lose? We just lose. Because we're at 1 and they have 3 attackers. One of them's in the air. All right, good game. Go on to game 3. Oh, you're totally right. I was just like, at least I'll definitely draw this Ringleader. I should have played the top Ringleader. We would have seen one more card. Oh, man. It wouldn't have mattered unless there was a Harbinger. Yeah, no, you're right. It wouldn't have mattered because we saw the top was a fetch land. So we would have seen that fetch land. And then even if there was a Harbinger on top, yeah, we couldn't play it. It would have just been painful. I don't really want these Blood Moons, do I? I mean, they're probably better on the play, but they played Basic Island that game, right? And they can play through a Blood Moon. I'm not gonna do this Blood Moon plan. I think Starfire. Probably engineered explosives? No. Engineered explosives isn't good. It could have mattered, yeah. I didn't get punished. I did still lose, but I didn't get punished. Maybe we'll just bring in another Mog War Marshal instead of Chieftain. Alright. Let's see it. We had outs to win that game, we just didn't get there. Would we like to play first? Yes. This is the same exact hand, and I think you can keep it, especially on the play. I don't think they can do anything crazy on turn 1. And I think Vial is too important for like the explosive find what I need in these hands where you only have Snoop. I could be doing this wrong though. Like let's say they put a 3/3 into play here. How bad is that for me? Gravecrawler, Vengevine. So they can play Gravecrawler from their graveyard because of this. So they only need one more creature spell, which means I need to play I need to play Nile Spellbomb this turn, even if I draw something else. We'll reveal this. We'll put Nile Spellbomb into play. They can just, like, as is. Do I care if they get a Gravecrawler from their yard, though? I'd almost rather it not be in their yard. So we'll let them cast it. It goes on the stack, so we won't catch it with the Spellbomb. And then if they cast a second creature card, we'll just Nile Spellbomb the one Vengevine, and it'll be okay. Unless they crack. Because, like, Mog War Marshal blocks Gravecrawler. Who cares? They go to combat. Hit us. What do you got in the second main? Yeah, so we'll wait. Alright, so they don't cast another thing. I think I'm actually just going to leave this Spellbomb uncracked. We'll tick up to 2. This is good if there happens to be something on top that I care about. Again, I don't think they play removal, but I showed them Mog War Marshal. So maybe I just want to leave the option of both open, and I want to leave the shuffle because we're trying to combo ASAP. Getting hit by the Gravecrawler once doesn't matter. I played it in my last league. It's not that... Number one, people don't call this Reg. This is just like a Vengevine combo deck. There's these super fast decks like Belcher and Oops All Spells and this Vengevine deck to combat all of like the big mana control decks that are going on right now. Do I want to block both of these? I think I do. I don't think the speed of this combo matters if I am blocking here. Which means maybe I should have first. But getting both zombies off the field means they can't play Gravecrawler. Means they're gonna need actual 2 creature spells, and if they hit a ton of shit off this, I just now spell. They're playing Assassin's Trophy. Nah, I think it's if you just block Crawler, then they play it again because this is a zombie, and I have the Nile Spellbomb up, so like even if they mill something dangerous, we're fine. They just play Prized Amalgam straight up. That's okay. We're not gonna tick up Vial here. I think I am gonna play this ringleader. I don't think there's a reason. Oh well, the reason not to is that we don't get to draw a card off the spell bomb, but that's not a huge deal. I don't think. Well, we can go for it a few times next turn. At least once, I would say. So, in a situation like this, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the fetch land so we can reshuffle and get a redraw anyway. So we're going to Violent Snoop at end step here, right? That's number one. Number two, we're going to untap, tick up Vile, right? Now, if they Assassin's Trophy they're not Assassin's Trophying us because of how they've just tapped. Just gonna get rid of this. In case something goes wildly wrong and this is like a fatal push. They're looking for more. They're looking to get lucky? What the hell is this about? Oh, this all gets removed. I guess they get to put things back on top in any order. But it doesn't. There's no reason to do it in response. I guess because it was in the graveyard. That's okay. All right, it makes sense. But they're dead. They just didn't know it yet. We can just take 3. So that I don't make any unwarranted mistakes, resources that I could have had. So we tick up. The proper way to do this, when you have multiple Harbingers, is you cast one. So that in the event that they have removal, you can Vile another one in response. At this point, it doesn't matter. But sometimes they'll cast something in response to... They'll cast something in response to the first Harbinger, and then in that case... So, these are the matchups that the combo shines in, these linear... This is a combo deck over on the other side of the field. It's not killing you in one hit, but it's a graveyard combo deck. Ideally, they cast turn 1 Stitcher Supplier into turn 2 Stitcher Supplier that gets a million prized amalgams and Vengevines out, right? So, like, it is a linear combo deck. Turn off auto yields, takes 2 clicks to make the Snoop work again. Augured Harbinger. Yes, we get Sling Gang here and nothing else. And we kill him. So just because they don't interact, these all-in combo decks like Belcher and Oops and Vengevine, this is where you're gonna shine. Now, ironically, we are boarded completely against Luris and the interactive decks, but we're pre-boarded by having Patriarch Spitting, Copter, and Squee, and so is everyone else, and that's probably why all these decks are becoming popular, but I think we're fine against them anyway, so we're gonna keep going like this. I'm gonna go pee and be right back, and we'll play another match. I'm gonna grab some water, too. Where's my be right back screen? Ugly as hell. Alright, this... Alright, I'll see you guys in like 2 minutes. I'm gonna put on an ad just because I'm not gonna be here for 2 minutes anyway, and it helps new people join the stream. So go get yourself some water and use the bathroom as well. And I'll see you on the other side. We're back. Sorry that took extra long. Found dead roach. I had to vacuum it. I hate that though. That is like... Thankful it wasn't. It's just the worst part of living in the city. Although I hear they have it a lot worse in like Texas and stuff. Not as that makes it worse. Now I'm just like there for just in case, because I have hardwood floors, and you know, like all the knots in the wood in the hardwood floors, they just look like roaches from. Okay? So for like days you'll be just concerned that everywhere you step is gonna be crunchy. Ugh. I don't even want to think. We lost the die roll to Scrug 092. Turn off studio. Also, this is drums. How long's it been going on? 2 minutes? Skipped. This is space. Getting skipped. Alright. We'll keep this hand. Good against Blood Moon. That's not why we're keeping it. Good against control decks. It has a ton of combo outs, and it's maybe not the best against Luris, but maybe they have one piece of removal, right? Interesting start there. Smuggler's Copter is a good draw. I assume they're gonna cast Consider here. The hell do I lead on? Do I lead? I don't want. I think this looks like a controller's deck based on fetching Watery Grave first, but it's definitely got Death Shadow. I mean, I'm just gonna. I expect this to be Fatal Push. So we did draw Harbinger. Ooh, that is a good draw, that Lightning Bolt. Who told me Lightning Bolt was bad in the deck? Who did it? Who did it? Imagine for a moment that was a Tarfire on top of our library, and they hit Delirium here by playing Mishra's Bauble, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be so glad that that's a lightning. Just gonna slam another Snoop. Definitely want to shuffle. I'll grab a mountain. And I'm pretty sure I want to bolt this so they don't get any more scry value. And we'll see how they react here. Okay. So they have the 2 removals, but now here's where we get to kick it into another gear that we never used to be able to. Smuggler's Copter. Og War Marshal. Know if I'm gonna pay Echo? I guess I could pay Echo. Yeah, let's pay Echo. We'll pay Echo. We'll play the Harbinger. That will crew our Smuggler's Copter. I guess I'll play this. I don't know. I should just get a Blood Crypt, but they're gonna play Death Shadows after I hit them. Maybe I shouldn't even play a land? And put... I mean, I get to decide what I draw with Harbinger, right? If I crew... And I can just make it squee. Let's do it. What message just not sending? I saw you said wow a long time ago. And then that's the next one I saw, is this message just not sending. So if we get to attack with this thing, we'll be happy we got squee. But if not, we'll be sad we got squee. So maybe I'm just supposed to put Ringleader on top so that I draw Ringleader no matter what. We can afford this, I think. Because chance of no removal is low, I would say, from this deck over. I think they're going to kill our Copter. Yep. Okay. So they had the answer, but we have a Ringleader coming off. And it didn't feel awful to play Harbinger there because there was a lot of potential upside. We know they had Death Shadow. There was no question what happened to it. This is a Scourge of the Skyclaves one. Okay. Interesting. This makes it a 3/3? Do I care if it's a... Yeah, I guess I do care if it's a 3/3 versus anything else. This is bad because now I can't play Lightning Bolt, but... Or Tarfire. Out. Yep. I fucked up. I guess I attack first. I can take every single hit from them. They're at a pretty low life total. Now I can kill the Scourge if I want. I do want. Oh man, I can't. Oh no, I messed up so badly. Why did I do that? Wow, I messed up so badly tapping. I think this is gonna punish us. We're gonna take 9 here. Maybe more. But then they're dead if they just have no blockers, but like I fucked up. Definitely didn't do that on purpose. Gonna some. Okay. So now they have blockers. Because they didn't just let it go. I think they're dead to Bolt, though. Probably not dead to bolt. Let's see. They take 1. They go to 6. This was a lightning bolt. Oh my god. This was a lightning bolt. We win. Okay. So, had I tapped better last turn, I also win. I think I just put Sling Gang on top, and if I survive this turn, I probably win. Check mid-range discussion. I posted it there too. Something that isn't talked about is how flavorful Snoop is. Yeah, I love it. That he's just peeking in the window. They destroy my ringleader. That's fine because they could have countered my. Well, they can't counter my Sling Gang, can they? But they could have killed my. Ooh, Croxa hurts. Croxa hurts because it's 2 less damage that we get. So I'm at 11. I'm dead to like a dress down. They can't dress. We just jump here. I think they're dead now. I think they have made a misstep. We know what we're drawing. I don't think there's any reason to bolt in response to anything, but there could be, so I'll save the bolt. Because we don't know what this is in their hand, so maybe they... Okay. I believe that they are dead no matter what now. Make blue mana, assert dominance. It's been a while since I asserted dominance. I haven't felt dominant. Harrison Mage, redeem... I gotta get up and get it. Once I win this game, I'll go get him. So we attack with everybody. We'll sack the one that gets blocked. We sack everything. We bolt them dead. Lightning bolt. Good card. Alright. I will be right back. This is my yellow bird. This is... Oh, the green screen makes it look... I should just... But you get one. It used to... And I actually used to have it sitting on like a thing next to me but camera just doesn't do that anymore. Table isn't too far. Okay. Just actual factual Death Shadow with Scourge and everything. The combo's pretty bad. This is what we used to do. Patriarch's Bidding is going to be decent. EE is going to be good. They have Croxa, so I'm like tempted to bring in Spell Bombs over bad stuff, but probably not 3 of them. Warren Weirding is pretty good. Starfire is likely... I mean... Having direct damage is good, right? And they're not playing... it doesn't look like they're playing Ragavans, although they are playing DRC. What do I do about that? They probably have Kolaghan's Command. I don't think Chieftain matters here. I do think Smuggler's Copter Squee matters. They have Kolaghan's Command. Aether Vial and Smuggler's Copter get a lot worse, but like... not a ton you can do about that. Are they a Torpor Orb deck? They probably are a Torpor Orb deck. I think Warren Weirding is just better than Tarfire. Although, like, we can just hold a ton of bolts. Munitions Expert is likely not great. In the combo, we can shave down to 2 Harbingers. And then... this is just like a value play, I think, in this matchup. We'll see this time if it's more than that, but, like... maybe Warren Weird. And now, all of their spells are just so good that Warren Weirding, no matter what it tags, is going to be good. I'm willing to run it like this. I just don't know. Could be that Ringleader just doesn't get the nod. Could go down to 2 vials as well, but maybe these prospectors actually, because it's not like, oh, I took way too long. All right, we're not even boarding. That's what it. Whoops. Wow. I forgot that I got up. Saved up for the hat. They're not that exciting. I'll keep this because it's what a post-sideboard game might have looked like. I don't like it, but they play slow, so... ooh, just got so much better. Although they may just end up... Olagon's commanding this before we get any value off of it. I love the way that this Saga art, I love the way that this Saga art over here looks with the rest of the client. It just looks so good. I guess I discard this Mog War Marshal, right? Because we want to play bidding. And they may end up, like, tapping out. We get them this vial. Ooh, second vial? I don't want to have to reveal anything. And we're just going to play vial this turn anyway, so... where we get, like, Shatterstormed or something absurd. Let's see. They're Crocs at me again. I guess I don't need a land. I mean, I could discard Patriarch's Bidding, but it looks like this game will get there, right? Although Croc, I don't know. This is a tough call. I think because we have double vial, I'll just discard this land. I wish I had held the vial and then guarded that, but can't do it. It always have a combo. Picking up both our vials. Maybe if they Croxa again, I'll wish that I hadn't done what I just did there. We know they have fatal pushes and stuff, so like, maybe I don't even vial Snoopin unless they completely tap out, but never even gonna do that. Unless like maybe here they'll just like Death Shadow, Death Shadow, Death Shadow. Or like double Scourge me. Oh, they're just gonna Croxa and they're dead. Wow. When keeping it Croxa goes wrong. Alright, guys. They probably don't take that play if we aren't on these vials, right? So here's +1 for vial being good against the old decks that aren't playing ways to kill vial for some reason. Pick it up. Pick it up. Man, just all the good stuff. They're just dead. I have to make black mana. What a tragedy. Okay. That's one way to win. They were like, if you have it, you have it. And I had it. So this is the second time we started off 3-0. Let's see if we can make it to 5-0. Let's pull up the deck. Thank you everybody who has been watching. Hopefully this is the first time we'll 5-0 with this deck and we'll be able to post it. I do think it's legitimately good. Use Snoop's ability. Sacrifice it by accident. Do you keep this against Luris? Bile, bolt, bolt, bolt? You might. I guess I'm gonna do it. Why not? Fuck it. Oh, it's Aspiring Spike? What's he doing? What are you doing here? Gotta take the vial, right? Spike beats me every time we play. In an embarrassing fashion. I don't think he's streaming right now. He's just going for trophies. That's my one Kiki Jiki main board. I can't even combo now. All of my outs are done. He won't know that, but... Well, guys, this one doesn't look like we're making it because I got thought seized. It was a risky one. We may yet come out of it, though, with triple bolt. Who knows? They put Luris in their hand. It's not recreationally. He is, he's trying to break the all-time record for trophies. So when he gets off stream and he can think in peace, he plays more. Alright, so the Croxa... I have to kill this Douthie Voidwalker, right? Obviously I can't kill Croxa. I'm gonna discard Kiki Jiki. Spike is a fast conceder, so we may... He may concede if we just... If we... just get a Snoop and a Harbinger. Because he doesn't know that we only play one. Oof, that's a rough one. If we draw Copter, we'll be pretty excited, though. I know we gave them the opportunity to Croxa here, but I mean, he must have Unearth, right? If he's just running out Luris into... Give me a Copter. Oh my god. I have a lot of 2-drops. I couldn't play a Snoop, notably, with this mana. If you have to lose to somebody, let it be the maybe all-time trophy leader after this season. Spike is the reason I'm playing Lightning Bolt, by the way. So we're about to get Croxed. We're gonna show him the Squee tech. Unfortunately, you can't block and get Squee back. With you have to either play or discard it. Oh my god, that's painful. We're gonna take 6 here. Drawing the basic swamp instead of basically any other land hurt this hand so much. Guard Squee. We're just dead to this Croxa, right? You can have my other matron. If they don't have removal, then like Snoop just does it here. Oh my god, I hate Aether Vial so much. Just so much do I hate this card. I hate it so much. It always comes up when you don't want it to. And like, it doesn't even... Oh my god. I hate it so much. Even if they didn't have this Crocsad, we're gonna kill me in one turn. Okay, so my outs here are... What? I guess... I need to be able to chump... I need to just start drawing lands. Alright, we don't draw any lands. They never got to see a bidding, so they don't necessarily know we're on it. Explosives is good, Spellbomb is good, Blood Moon's bad. I don't really want to play Thoughtseize. I think Warren Weirding is going to be good. Bidding is going to be good. This is the kind of matchup that we're kind of pre-boarded for. You can take out the combo entirely. And since they have Douthie Voidwalker, bidding actually is not just great, but I think we can take out a Skirk. We can take out... They're probably playing Torpor Orb. Mike isn't a Torpor Orb person, though. I think I can take this out. I think this Chieftain doesn't matter. And then I can, like, shave the last War Marshal. He said BRB. We'll give him the full. I think that this is right. You want to leave a combo out. You want to leave, and Kiki Jiki's a good value card anyway. We have a ton of clock. I'm just gonna hit submit. I don't want to make him. I want to play first. They have to reveal Luris before we can see our starting hand. But damn, that was like, I mean, sometimes you don't draw the second land and you keep a one land Aether Vial hand on the draw and you get Thoughtseized. That's the risk of it. That was the risk before Prismatic Ending. We got Kolaghan's Command on the second Vial. I feel bad siding out Vials when I have the Copters because I want to run interference for them. And the Copters are just really important. If I had Ragavans instead of Vials, that would be fantastic, but I don't have Vials. I think Ragavan is the better version. You're going to play this deck, like, maybe just play Ragavans instead of the Vials, and it'll just be that much better. I know Muxus from the Goblin Discord is doing that. Yeah. I would like to... I don't know. What kind of hand are we looking for? We only boarded in one Nile Spellbomb, right? Boarded in all three? Man, my memory. Bad. I was thinking of the other matchup. It was like the Death Shadow Isford. But Black Red Luris. Did it say what record Spike had? No, it didn't even give us any kind of update. I mean, you keep this, right? Turn 1 Spellbomb, turn 2 Snoop. Then you have a Patriarch's Bidding if it goes that long. Mull to 5. Wonder what they're looking for. I want the... I need double black, but I can get Blood Crypt here. Although, let's just reveal. We won't reveal Snoop, because that can change, but... Gives us the ball. Oh, whole bunch of ball. They know what we're drawing before we do. Cavern? Don't mind if I do. So, they're almost definitely going to remove this. But it's okay, because we have biddings. So, we have biddings in 4 lands already. So, they just end up with a wild... Oh, no. Okay. Well, we don't have bidding anymore. Oh, he takes the ringleader. Okay. Must have another Thoughtseize. Or the idea is that you'll draw another Thoughtseize before it becomes relevant. 3 card types in their graveyard. I wonder... I think I'm just supposed to sacrifice to try and find something to play. I think that's just like... I think it's just too much value to leave on the table. I could play another Snoop. Another Spellbomb. Hills. That was me taking Spike's advice directly. No one has ever sacked a Relic of Progenitus just for value. He always gets so mad. I'll play the Sling Gang Lieutenant. Make blue mana. I won't say I'm asserting dominance, but doing something like that. So we have the combo of Spellbomb and Bidding to prevent them. All right, so I'm not going to get to... might as well take the land out of their graveyard. We'll discard our land. Hopefully they don't Thoughtseize away this bidding before we get a chance to draw a land for it. It would be pretty sweet here to sack your whole board, bidding it back, and then... Oh. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Oh well, there's a second one in there somewhere. And this Den of the Bugbear does kill us pretty quickly, but we'll see. Because they have Croxes and things like that, I'm just going to play it. Because I need the 5th mana. So, I think it's just correct. I'll probably thin my deck. About to get Bugbeared. Nope, putting Lurrus in their hand. Lurrus is a good card. Lurrus promises to Crox me repeatedly if I ever hold cards in my hand. Squee. Squee. Okay, so here's one of the very few niche uses of Squee. Oh no, we're not even gonna get to do it. Do I just hold Squee now that I can't sacrifice it? They're at 11. I think I'd play it. Although I saved 3 life by not playing it. But who cares about the 3 life? And it makes think I'm supposed to play it. If I need to get it in the yard so I can get it back to my hand, I think that's doable. So. Well, not anymore. Voidwalker can be a problem. Matron is good. Matron gets us Tarfire. Then Tarfire. Well, I guess Matron will get us Munitions Expert here instead of Tarfire, won't it? So nothing goes to the graveyard for the Voidwalker. And we're just trying to draw. This has Shadow, and they're at a low life total. We may still win. We have 5 damage next turn. They can't escape Croxa yet. They can Den of the Bugbear to block if it comes to that. You need to remember. I don't think anything's been exiled with a counter on it. Yeah. My concert's over. Gotta put on another one. I was in Vegas. Go to Irvine. I hear Irvine's nice. Never been there. Okay. So they're removing my squee from the game. Are they what is this about? Wait, what? What did they just I'm confused. What's going on here? Oh, to get Croxa. Okay. They just wanted to fill the yard so they could take Croxa out of it. And then being able to get Squee was just gravy for them. Means I don't have permanent blockers for Croxa or permanent discards. Well, there's a discard, if I've ever seen one. But they're on a really low life total, so... This, like, still isn't the worst for us. Like, even one bolt may do it. Bugbear hurts really bad, though. What does this attack look like? So, they have a 6-6, a 3-2, and a 1-1. 9-10 damage. If I don't block anything... If I don't block anything, they're dead to Lightning Bolt. And if I kill this Den of the Bugbear, does the game look better for me? No, because they still have a Croxa. Taking 7 puts me to 9. Or taking 7 puts me to 9. Croxa swings for 9. I'd have to chump it next turn. If I chump this, do I get an extra turn? Next, so I take 4 here. And then next turn, they swing for 5, 6, 7, and then I chump again. I have 2 blockers. How's it going? I'm about to lose to the trophy leader, to the best modern player. I don't think I have outs if I block. I think I just have to rub the top of my deck and hope I get Patriarch's Bidding. They probably... Ooh, okay. This could do it. This doesn't do it. See what's on top? This might give me the time I need, though. Sling Gang, I think I want. Oh no, whatever I get, I'm gonna discard. Fuck. Whatever I get, I'm gonna discard. So... Doesn't really matter, does it? Don't want to get something good, so I want to get something terrible. What is the worst thing to have on top of my library? Guess another matron? We're gonna have enough chumpers. There's the obvious combo. Like, now it's known. How do I unattack? I want to attack with this. I want to attack with this. We're gonna have to chump. We're gonna have to chump. I'm just gonna get them slightly lower. Maybe should have attacked with 3 tokens, because I have this matron to block. I know I'm drawing Copter, but we don't know what's underneath it. I can just yield this turn. Attacks with just Croxa. Jump. This is close. You're playing Apex by yourself? It is hard. I'm gonna play with you after this league. Well, he sees it. All right, we're going to game 3. On the draw, anything change? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh no. Oh no. I can't keep this because there's no way they just don't have discard and then they take my vial again. Even though I have a bunch of 1-mana stuff. Ah, this is painful. I hate this. If we draw a land, it's just still so good though. Like, the upside of drawing a land is just too high. How's it going, God Hercules? Thank you for the follow. I guess I have to keep this. Oh, this is so hard. I'm gonna keep it. I think I have too much value in drawing a land. All right, they do have the discard. They take Bolt. So they must have an answer. They must have an answer to this pile, which makes me feel even dumber for keeping this hand, but we have 2 draws on a land. I don't know. It was probably wrong. They don't hit the vial yet. He didn't make it there, but we still can. This is gonna be Kolagon's command. They destroy my vial. Start a Harbinger. Man, I know it was risky. But, like, even if they hit me with discard, if I drew a land last turn, I just feel so good about it still. I don't want double black here. I just want to... I don't reasonably think that I can... I gotta go for it, right? They already played some of their removal, their discards, so, like, them knowing that this is on top is rough for me. This is not turning out good. So we need to hope that there's a land on top here. Oh, what? Oh, man. Thought I would draw. Forgot about that one. So the reason you don't draw there, and I would have known it. It says when it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you can pay black. Douthy Voidwalker makes it so it doesn't the graveyard. We're just probably really dead here. I'm gonna flash in an expert at end step, and we'll try to kill the Voidwalker, and we'll try to double block Bugbear shenanigans. They can actually activate Den right now and block, so I can back. Making me discard and not even letting me get an expert into play. If I put Tarfire on top here, I can stabilize. I can block down the Bugbear with this. We're just dead. Got me. Damn, I kept a risky one. I really shouldn't have. I mean, we held our own in the second game when I actually had lands. But I kept 2 1-landers with Vile. You just can't do that anymore. Especially against the discard deck, but it's just like... just so much modal artifact removal going around, but... it's not like... yeah, those games were lost at the mulligan. I should have mulliganed. Painful. But, it is what it is. That is a huge portion of the skill of Modern. Your mulligan decisions are really... I took a risk. I knew it was really risky. But... I don't know. I shouldn't have done it, is what it comes down to. They didn't reveal anything. I'm going for the 4-1 here against Scylla. This is like... this is a double mulligan almost. Having Squee in your hand and a Harbinger with no Snoop, but I guess you have... I'll keep it. We are on the play, so this Munitions Expert is a little better than usual. I'd love to draw a Copter. I hope that there's a Stoneforge Mystic Goblin coming out. It kind of fits all of their themes. Even if it's as expensive as Matron, like... being able to just find a Copter... when I say Stoneforge Mystic Goblin, I mean that just tutors an artifact with, I don't know, maybe an activated ability or something, or vehicle. Because they are making goblins into like this mech thing. Fiery Islet. Fiery Islet pass implies consider. And no Ragavan. Blue-red decks are really hard for us to beat, in general, goblins. Because they draw cards... and they deal 1 point of damage at a time to a lot of things usually, which, you know, damage-based removal is usually pretty good against us. But they're playing Urza Saga. Maybe that won't matter. We make our own blue mana to assert dominance. They already made white Skoos, so why not, right? I'm hoping. So here, the options are Snoop or Crater Maker, because we can either try to combo or we can try to control whatever they get from Urza Saga. People are probably playing main deck Needles these days, but I can actually, like, even if they get main deck Needle, I can just Harbinger whatever to the top, a Crater Maker to the top, and then won't be that big a deal. I'd like the out of Snoop combo at some point. So they're gonna have a couple 3/3s. It'll be a 2/2 if I attack. Which I can just kill. But let's see what's on top. With this Snoop. They're almost definitely gonna activate this. Oh my god, do I hate that card! I hate that card so much. This keeps coming up, how much I hate this card. We're gonna attack. They're gonna try to block. We're gonna munitions expert. Not gonna try to block? You got it. I'm gonna munitions expert it before they have it. Well, let's see if they activate first. If they don't activate, then I'm not gonna munitions expert until later. They don't activate. So they'll tutor one thing, but then if they play an artifact land, my munitions expert doesn't kill it. So let's just do it now, actually. They've already floated the mana. So they can't undo that. Not that they would undo it, but they can't undo it and make a construct is what I mean. Do I play Pauper? I've seen it. Oh. Only play Arena so far. I'm not sure if there's a Goblin on Kamikawa, which is relevant in Historic. No, the blue-red Artificer and the Welder, I think, will make a cool Historic deck. I don't know if it'll be good, but honestly, if you're just trying to get to Platinum or Mythic, you can get there with anything, just the way the matchmaking system works. So there will be a pretty fun Welder thing going on there. We're gonna kill this Urza. So they won't have 1,000,000 mana next, unless they have Counterspell here. No, that Counterspell won't even do it. Okay. This save, I mean, I guess it's pretty free. Let's just do it. Black. Black. Red. Kill Urza uncounterably. And then I think I'm gonna bolt this construct token. Just continue the beats. Because if Urza is their creature that we care about killing, that's not gonna end up good for us. And I think we can assume this game is gonna go long. So I'm gonna play this Vial out. I'll sacrifice a munitions expert. That way, in case we draw Kiki Jiki, we have all of the options still in play. But to kill. But no, I don't play Pauper. Every time I play Pauper, I just feel like the games are a real slog and I'm not invested in it. And when I play the combo decks in the format, I feel like I'm kind of just like sitting there just hoping to draw. Like, I don't feel like the gameplay is like what I want from Constructed. It feels a lot like Limited when you play it, but then some of the decks like Tron don't at all. I don't know, I just never really enjoyed it. They don't dash Ragavan, they want him to block. Oh, I love that that's on top, but if I play this Harbinger, it won't be anymore. Do I care about Snoop? I don't think I do. I think I just swing out here. Now that we have Copter too. I think I'm just supposed to swing out. And I don't care about Skirk Prospector. They're at a very low life total. Smuggler's Copter is on top. They can't hit me with this Ragavan, even if they think they're gonna. I'll play Squee. And I can get Squee back to my hand before the next end step. Before my next upkeep. So, yeah, I'll trade Skirk Prospector for Ragavan and put you to 5. Good with that one. Put you to 6. I guess I could just draw. I can just play a 2-drop off the top. I guess I'm supposed to do. Instead of waiting for this Copter, right? Like, there's no way that getting Crater Maker to the top of my deck here. Or Ringleader, but we'll just put Crater Maker to the top and play it. You can't use its ability with Snoop. But, oh, and there's a Bolt on top. This feels good. This feels like we made the right play just based on the board state, but... Could you have played Harbinger and cast Ringleader off the top? It's a bit win more, but get some use out of your Prospector. We could have. You get into that situation where if you whiff, like I'm down an Expert and I guess a Matron, you just get a 2/2. You could have drawn a lot. I kind of wanted to just draw that Copter, but then when they blocked the way they did, I think we just had them dead no matter what. So I think it's possible you could do that. But then, like, all your X1s are holding back Ragavan so easily, so turning them into 2/2s just feels like not value. But I'm not sure. EE's probably good. Blood Moon is definitely good. I mean, they probably play Alpine Moon, but Blood Moon I think is going to be good. I think Bidding is fine. We definitely want Trashmaster. Thoughtseize is probably pretty good here, and Lightning Bolt is probably not that good because they're on Urza. And you know what? They do play red, so we won't necessarily always be able to get them off of Urza, will we? Although they probably play Springleaf Drum. But they're an Urza Saga deck. I'm gonna bring in Blood Moon because they're... Copters are fine, Vials are fine. Combo's probably not that good. Right? Maybe Thoughtseize where you need to be here. It feels like a good way to attack Urza though. Because our Lightning Bolts are bad. It's a tough call. They're a red-based deck, so the combo's probably really bad. I don't want to bring out all of it. They're probably playing Karn, right? Is Vial just too bad to play? It might be. Maybe you shave. Go down to just one Harbinger, although it was fine there. You know what? I think we're just not going to board in the Thoughtseizes until we see, like, a spell that really matters. Because it's between Thoughtseizes and Experts at this point, I think. This is a great hand. This hand does everything. I think we can turn one... Although with... I kept both biddings in, didn't I? I kept both biddings in because they didn't see anything. So the Blood Moon gets awkward if we end up on a bidding game, but we can turn to... It's so bad. Vial is so bad. Been on the deck for 5 months now. I feel pretty unsure about when to take vials out. What is your philosophy? Lately, I haven't been boarding them out. In fact, I don't think that if your deck is playing vial, you really should ever board it out. It doesn't seem like something that... Ah, man. I was hoping to avoid that. This makes things awkward, this bidding. Do I really believe I'm gonna lock them out with this moon? I kinda don't now that they have Springleaf Drum. I'm still gonna play the moon. But I can tell you what other people think about boarding Vial out. There are matchups where it's very interactable, which is every matchup now. But there are matchups where it's very interactable, and the game plan is like discard and 1-for-1 type removal. Oh my god. Are they really gonna do this to me? Vial is the worst card. Vial is so bad. Oh my god, it's so bad. Glad I didn't get a swamp. I can't even turn 2 moon anymore. Not like I could keep that. They have ridiculous mana anyway, so these moons are bad. We didn't know that they would be this bad, but they're bad. Oh no! My god, Ugh. Berk Prospector here would have been so good with Vial functioning, but it's like, how can you really count on any of that? Anyway, those matchups where they're trying to 1-for-1 you, and you need every spell that comes off the top of your deck to be impactful, those are the kind of matchups where people would board out Vial for, usually actually they were boarding them out for Leyline of the Void, and the thing was it was too much of a liability to have all of those bad top decks. All of those bad top decks. Oh my god. So mad. We may still win this, but man are we getting in our own way. I mean, this is the reality of playing a deck without Dragon's Rage Channeler. Like, maybe you're looking at other people's streams and you're like, damn, they don't get this unlucky. What's going on? It's because they're manipulating their draw step, and we just don't. You know, we can't. But turn 1 Vial, okay, is what it is. Wasn't even good. It's so, like, here's the way I've been describing how bad Vial is. Imagine you have a ritual, but it's got Suspend. And it only makes a very specific amount of mana. You have to spend all of it at once on 1 card. You know what I mean? Here we can win, though. Do we go for it? They have 1 card in hand. Go for it. You don't have removal. They probably do, right? I guess I'm supposed to do this at their upkeep. Because maybe they act out of turn. Try to kill my Snoop here. Just give them a chance to make a mistake. Looks like it. So now we know that we're good no matter what, because done.
You can see that it's true.
I'm confused. What are they casting? They're just gonna sacrifice this? Dead. Well, we beat blue-red Urza's crap. This is like Urza's junk drawer. This isn't like anything good. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Since bringing vials back into your list, have I had more success? I've had more success with, well, yes and no. I've had more success with this copter list. I think that this copter list is probably better without vials and having Ragavans instead. However, and I haven't cast a Patriarch's Bidding that's won the game yet, so I can say that like with honesty. After like 4 or 5 leagues, I've had people do weird stuff because I'm playing Patriarch's Bidding, and I've had people do weird stuff because I'm playing Copter, but I haven't actually cast one that won. But have I had more success? Yes, but I've won maybe 2 or 3 games with Vial, and I'm almost 100% certain that Ragavan is just more powerful on more occasions. Like, the decks I'm beating with Vial aren't real decks. Maybe they're like tuned against Ragavan and I'm coming in with Vial. Like, I beat, I think, Merfolk because of Vial. I beat some mono white garbage pile. And these are not even because of Vial, just being a Vial. But the reasons I'm keeping Vial in this version of the deck are, I'm using Smuggler's Copter, so Vial taking some of the heat, the artifact off of that is good. I can discard extra Vials with Smuggler's Copter when I have it. And because I'm playing Patriarch's Bidding, which is a tribal card, I don't necessarily want to dilute my deck with Ragavan, even though it's not really diluting your deck, it's adding a shit ton of power to it. So I think this version of the deck is good, and there are reasons to do what I'm doing that aren't just a worse version of the Goblins deck with Ragavan. But that being said, I think Muxus sent me a really good list. Goblin King himself. Pull it up right now. This is a modified version of my list. This isn't my list. This Muxus did. He's been playing it locally. He took out Vials. This the worst. There's a way. It's like /image. Yeah. All right. So, I think this is the sideboard down here. Mages of the Moon is not good in Modern. It may be good in his meta, and that's why he's playing it, but Mages of the Moon bad when everybody's playing Unholy Heat and Bolt, and those are the decks that you want to Magus. Like, and there's free spells that kill creatures, so they can get out from underneath you really easily. It's really not where you want to. But that being said, this is what he's doing. He's got, unfortunately, everything got shifted, but he's got the 4 Snoops. He's got 3 Harbingers. He's playing Chandra Dress to kill, which is really good, and 3 Ragavans. And then he has room for the 1 Copter. He's got the old school Squee somewhere that we saw in the other picture. He's a Trashmaster main, which obviously, you know, locally it depends. He's got the same 3 Lightning Bolts. He's only playing 3 Experts, which I was doing for a while. He's got a Pashlik Bonds. It's more or less the same deck, right? But instead of Vial, they've got Ragavans. And, you know, they're shaving some number of Prospectors or Mog War Marshals or whatever. There's, you know, it's like small nudges in every direction. I think that his version, aside from a couple things that I dislike, you know, personally, is probably like just as powerful. He's not on bidding either, but like just having Chandra and Ragavan is gonna win you probably more games than bidding ever will. I think this is probably a more powerful version of the deck. I would play something close to it, but like I'm saying, once you're like, okay, I'm gonna use bidding to support my copter plan, it pushes you away from Ragavan, which ends up pushing you towards Vile, right? That's what I'm getting at here. So like, if I was gonna morph this into the Ragavan version and just like tell you it was better to play Vile or to not play Vile, you could just straight up take out 3 Viles and to put in 3 Ragavans. Maybe take out a Skirk Prospector for like a Chandra. You don't even have to play biddings. I think that I think Squeakopter is fine on its own, but it's just good to be able to use both, you know? Both ends of the copter, the discard and the draw. It's a preference thing, right? I think bidding is a lot better in theory than reality. Yeah. Yeah, it's a like I'm saying, people play weird once they see bidding. So it's kind of, you know, that feeling when they land like a Ren and 6 or something like that, and you're just like desperately trying to remove this planeswalker, and now the game revolves around this planeswalker, and you're making plays that you never would, right? Like you're losing value to try and just make sure that they don't fix all getting their fetch land. Yeah, I know we've all been there. So like once they see bidding, they're like, oh no, I can't let them keep doing this. Or once they see Smuggler's Copter, they're like, oh no, I can't let them keep doing this. And they'll do strange things that leave other valuable pieces. Right? Chandra obviously works the same way, where they're desperately trying to remove her so you stop getting value off of it. Even if it's not even that much value, it just changes the dynamic of the game, because the ult will kill them. I've killed people with the Chandra ult, and I've only played 1 league with it. So like, it's a real thing. I've also killed people with dealing a Ren and 6 off Ragavan, and I've only played like 2. But like, Ragavan is definitely more powerful than Aether Vial in more games. So maybe you never play bidding and just Copter Squee is enough for like the Luris matchups, right? But this at least is a cohesive, like, powerful theory that has a reason not to be playing Ragavan, and it's at least a question. You have something to hang your hat on. Like, is Aether Vial actually better than Ragavan? Definitely not. But if I'm playing Ragavan, I want to be playing better 3-drops than this. And then your deck just more. You know what I mean? Like, you end up with this deck. I've done it. You don't end up on bidding. Where is it? Best Goblins? When you put Ragavan in your deck, you have to play better 3-drops to take advantage of Ragavan, and you have to play more red 1-drops to take advantage of the when I say 1-drops, red cost spells to take advantage of the treasure token and Chandra. And then once you play Chandra, you want to play more 5-drops because you want to take advantage of her ramping you from 3 to 5 when you play your next land drop. So, you know, you play Chandra, you untap, you draw, you play your 4th land, and then you can play a 5-drop, right? So Fury's good. And you don't play bidding here because, you know, your powerful things are not goblins anymore to get back the tribal stuff. But like when you play Ragavan, it morphs the way you build your deck. There should probably be 3 Chandras here. In fact, since we 4-1 with this, I'd like to 5-0 with Copter soon. I'm not gonna. That's gonna be my last game for the night. I'm gonna raid playing Modern. Hopefully, Evan. I think I'm gonna replace these for the next go around, just to see how it feels with this card, with Reckless Impulse. M. Hayashi has been having a lot of success with this, and I think that it's possible that it's just a good card. Maybe I'm just supposed to be playing more Smuggler's Copters instead of Reckless Impulses, because we have so much stuff to crew it with. Yeah, it's light up the stage, but it just splits the difference between the mana costs. It's exactly the same. So the only reason he started playing Reckless Impulse was because he first... Here, I'll pull that up too. I don't realize how much Modern content I consume until I start talking to other people who come into my stream and play Modern, and then they haven't seen all the stuff I've seen. I must just be wasting so much time. The reason he started playing it was he had this deck, which is his pinned tweet on Twitter right now, which is just like a mono red, like kind of trippy that I have two Magic Onlines over each other, which is just like this mono red control thing that plays Dragon Rage Channeler, Chandra, Seasoned Pyromancer, Ragavan, all the good stuff, right? You can win if you had these 3 cards, Seasoned Pyromancer, Channeler, and Ragavan, like the rest of your deck almost doesn't matter sometimes, and he happens to have filled it with really good stuff. Yeah, I'm always looking for more. So this was from the 17th, which I guess was 2 weeks ago. But then he like tries to, he has a YouTube channel that he is trying to make content for. It's like half the reason stuff. And eventually he just wanted to see how far he could take that light up the stage idea, and he put what amounts to 4 more of them in. Now, in his deck, light up the stage is, I think, way better. In this deck, this version of the deck, I think light up the stage is way better because you use Chandra and you make 1 red mana and you ping them for 1, and now light up the stage is on. So like, even if you can't play him now, you can play him next turn. It's just like, it's really good. But we don't have Chandra in our deck, right? Not right now. So that's why I think I'm gonna try Reckless Impulse first, because we just don't attack for 1 that often. Light up the stage is a sorcery as well, right? So it's not like, yeah, it's not like we can wait for them to crack a fetch and then activate it ever. So like, there's reasons. So I think for as far as testing, Reckless Impulse may end up feeling like just expressive iteration. Like it might just be that good. Because you play it for 2 mana, you get a land and a spell. You can play them both. So we'll see. And maybe we take out these vials, add in another lightning bolt. I not have another bolt? Why when I right click it does it not want to? I think my last bolt is foil. I think that's why. That's chain lightning. Whoops. Lightning bolt. See what my actual last bolt. No, I have 4, unless I sold 1 by accident. Yeah, I did. Update with versions of collection? No, it's there. I must just not be showing. I'm like, I kind of want to try this. You take out all those feels bad vial draws. I have 4 bolts. I've had 4 bolts a long time. I don't know if I top 8'd or won. back before they were called challenges, they had what they called dailies, and I won a popper. I won or got to the finals. I don't think I actually won, but that's why I still have this deck list. This is a really old, like 3 years ago version of, and I sold the Flaring Pains really recently. They were worth like 4 tickets, and I don't plan on playing this, but all the other cards I like, so I'm just not gonna sell them. That's why I have these mountains too, which I don't even use. But I was like, yeah, I'll buy the mountains I like. But yeah, that's where I want to go with this. What I want to test. I don't want to say I want to go this way. I don't know if it's good or not, but he really likes it. And maybe Reckless Impulse is like actually just better than bidding, right? Like it's just possible that you don't need this. You don't need 2. First of all, okay, let me undo this, put the vials back in, and make a copy. Well, I can't just search vials. I have to search Aether Vial. Because I think oops, don't export. I'm gonna rename Black Red Goblin Copter Impulse. There's more. There's a lot that happens when you change just one card in your deck. And what that means, like, for the rest of your game plan. And I have a feeling that this impulse thing is like that. Like, if I'm playing impulse, I probably want to be playing more lands, right? Because I want to be able to cast things in the same turn. I probably want to be playing more cheaper things because I want to be able to cast them in the same. I may fuck up my combo more often with Kiki Jiki, like just pulling it out of my deck. So maybe that's something I want to. I maybe want to play, instead of Chieftain, I want to play Battle Cry Goblin because I hate, and like, it just, I have no idea if it's a dash here. I never know why the hell I'm getting it wrong. Not a dash. It's just 3 separate words. So like, you probably want Battle Cry Goblin for the 3-drop. I mean, there's no reason you wouldn't want Ragavan at this point, but I'm not going to put Ragavans in. I'm kind of just testing the list. Probably, like, you may want to play one less Cavern. You don't really want the Skirk Prospector, do you? Munitions Expert is, like, probably pretty bad. Although most removal spells are going to be bad off of Reckless Impulse. Maybe Reckless Impulse is just not good for us. That's a possibility. Like, you want to play, and that's something that M. Hayashi's deck does. Something M. Hayashi's deck does. It commits to the board with a lot of its spells, right? So, light up the stage and Reckless Impulse just get better. That latest trope. Yeah, see, he's got 4 copies of Seal of Fire, Relic. Just like cards. We probably want to play Shatter Skull. Yeah. Yeah, so as far as not playing Hierarch, how do I put it? just doesn't do anything. Like, you've heard that meme, I'm sure, where like blue mages just want to draw cards. They don't actually care what it is they're drawing. They just
Don't you push me, baby, 'cause I'm old and low.
and the thing is, your cards actually have to do something eventually. You do need to find a way to win. Like, if I'm, let's say I play everybody, so the reason people are like ignoble's good, it's like, what do you mean? It's mana acceleration and like the goblin that you can get off of this and this, and then it's got exalted, and there's all these like, you know, they're all corner cases. Every single one of the cases where ignoble is good is a corner case. It's never just good. Like, you don't play it and then slam your 3-drop early and you're just like way ahead. Gotcha. Not how that card works. But like, this is Joker's list. The best thing you can do with ignoble is literally play Grumgully. And Grumgully dies to all sorts of removal. Like, you're not way ahead because you landed a Grumgully. Maybe you stick a Grumgully because their Unholy Heat isn't on yet and they drew that instead of their Lightning Bolts. But like, it's not hard for them to turn Unholy Heat on by turn 3 or 2 even. So like, maybe it's a white deck and they don't want to Solitude your Grumgully, but when they see you try to play Slingang next turn, they definitely will. So like, you're just, yeah, it's just not great. So like, it just doesn't do a lot. And it's not that it's not tangentially good, but we don't abuse enough of the other parts of it. We just don't. We don't abuse Exalted well enough. Like, it's okay, but it's probably not surviving, and turn 4 Ringleader attacking for, you know, for 3. Like, wow, you got a 3/3, great. You match their 3/3 flyer. Like, you still can't trade with Ragavan when he's swinging. It's just not exciting. It just really doesn't do enough. And the problem is, these hierarchs and the vials to some extent, they take up room in your deck for interacting with Ragavan, and they just don't do anything. So like, what I did was I replaced the hierarchs to some extent with these 4 1-mana removal spells because I didn't want to play Grumgully anymore. I didn't think Grist was that good, and Ignoble's not a good enough reason because when you turn 1 hierarch in response to a turn 1 Ragavan, you feel like an idiot. Not only can they bolt your guy, but are you supposed to chump the Ragavan? It's just not good. You just get behind immediately by playing hierarch, not having 1-mana removal spells, and it just doesn't do enough. So I moved back to black-red. I wouldn't recommend Jund anymore. I just, you don't gain anything. You just don't gain anything. You get 1 sideboard card which can deal with Kaldra, but I don't know. It hasn't been relevant. It's better against enchantments in general, right? Because you can play the Masked Vandal, but it doesn't do anything. So I went back to black-red. Honestly, haven't missed it at all. I was playing Yorion for a while, so I definitely don't miss it, but it's been a while since I queued up Yorion because I've been enjoying this Smuggler's Copter thing. I think this is just so good. You have to play Lightning Bolt. You have to play Lightning Bolt. Oh, it's not loud enough.
Fire Icing, though, you need 1-mana removal spells in a format with Ragavan. I don't know what to say. You
That's
Fire Icing,
that's
though?
why I'm playing Lightning Bolt. I clipped that myself. It's just too important. So once you realize you need that, yeah. Once you realize you need those 1-mana removal spells, there's just no room for this ignoble anymore. Unless you're like, you could cut 2 experts, and then you could shave a prospector, and like you can make all of your other decent cards a little bit worse and less consistent. But like, I don't see the point. Expert's good, and it's sometimes good. It's definitely better once you have bolts and stuff, because you're like, you're keeping pace on board, so you have more opportunities, I feel like, to make expert's ability good. You're not just like, oh no, they played Ragavan, well, I have to try to kill it on 2 now. They have a removal spell for it, I'm just toast. Removal spell for my expert. It's expert often in modern is a removal a removal spell that can be countered by another removal, right? So that's not exciting. It's not good. Anyway, like I said, I hoped Evan was on, and he is on. So I'm gonna raid Everos. Everos is playing modern. I don't even know what. Is it Super Friends? That sounds like fun. So sending you guys over there. Thank you for joining me. We 4-1 to. Oh, let's do this. Let's see what we got. Let's just as a sign off, we're gonna open our chests. If you are watching on YouTube, consider coming to follow on Twitch so you could talk to us. Consider joining the Goblins Discord, which is linked in my team description, I think. And if you're watching on Twitch, consider following so you can watch us play Goblins. What do we get? Nothing good, right? Canyon slow slough. Everybody thought this was going to be the hottest thing. Then Nissa Who Shakes the World, which maybe that's worth a couple tickets. We got an Aki in preparation on Dynasty. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.